So I'm almost finished writing my third book right now. It'll be out shortly. Um, I was writing about an account of something that happened to me a few years back after I had been traveling out west and I came back to the Midwest and I was staying with a friend of mine in a small farm town in Ohio and decided one night, it was close to Halloween, it could have actually been Halloween for all I know, but it was about 1 in the morning. I decided to go out to what I knew would be the only place open, a gas station in the main strip of the city, because it was 1 in the morning in a small town in farmland, Ohio. So I figured I'd at least be able to find something to snack on or something to eat and something to drink. So I drove 5 minutes down the road, pulled up to a gas pump. I figured I'd get gas while I'm out since I need it anyhow. I noticed 3 guys talking, standing in front of the gas station. And while I was pulling up, one of them I saw run around the side of the building to the back, and the other 2 walked inside. Didn't think much of it. I then went in the store, walked to the back of the store, went to one of the glass doors, opened it up, grabbed the eggs. I could hear the 2 guys talking to the cashier the entire time across the store. And I went to another cooler and grabbed a Yoo-Hoo and walked around the backside of the building, around to the register where the 2 guys were having a conversation with the cashier. They must have been friends or something. I didn't think much of that. And at that point, the 2 guys looked at me for a minute. One of them turned back, kept talking to the cashier. The guy who was looking at me stared at me, he goes, made a strange face at me. I looked back at him, gave him a weird look back. Looked me up and down. I had eggs in one hand, Yoo-Hoo in the other. He goes, what are you doing? I go, I'm buying eggs in a Yoo-Hoo. He goes, why? I go, because I want eggs in a Yoo-Hoo. Stared at me a little bit longer, turned back to his friends. He and his friends joined the conversation with the cashier again. I stood there for another second. The cashier shooed them out of the store so they could take my order. I buy some gasoline, prepay, and I pay for the eggs in Yoo-Hoo and ask the cashier what that was all about. He said, oh, don't mind them, they're idiots. I said, whatever. Walked out of the store, walk into between there are only like 2 gas pumps. I won't say row of gas pumps. I guess I'll say 2 gas pumps and the store entrance, parking space in the middle there. Say 1 gas pump's here, store entrance here. I'm probably directly halfway between. And I see something out of the corner of my eye, and I stop. I turn to look. There was a median between the gas station and the next business over, which was an auto parts store, like a grassy hill. And all 4 guys, there's 4 guys now, not 3 anymore, there's 4. There's the guy who had ran behind the building, the 2 guys from in the store, and another guy I hadn't seen before, all in their mid-20s, early 20s maybe. I don't know. And they're all coming over the hill at once in a row, like that, all next to each other. And I stop, I think, what is going on here? So I'm standing in between them. I'm standing there looking at them, watching, I see the look on the guy's face who had been talking to me is a giant smile. It was like a devious smile, not a happy smile. And they're coming at me, and I let them keep coming, and I'm standing there like, oh, this is strange. I wonder if they're going to divert off a different direction, and they don't. They come right toward me. They get in the parking lot. They're coming at me. So I reach my hand down, take a 9mm handgun out of the pocket of my coat, and I point it to the ground. They all 4 just stop like this. Eyes get a little bigger. I reach my left hand over, keep it pointed at the ground, slide the rack the slide, and they all instantly scatter. The one guy goes back behind the building where he came from. The three others head back up over the hill, different directions once they get up over there. I stand for another few seconds, wondering what just happened. I walked over to my car and I pumped the gasoline that I had paid for. Then I went back to my friend's house. But my handgun saved at least 3 people from getting injured that day, because I would have at least gotten 2 of the people before they took me down, 2 of the 4. And there would have been injuries on both sides. But fortunately, there were no injuries at all that evening.